Well, on the bill, Madam Speaker, on Bill 3, the bill respecting surgical facilities, I agree with his objectives. I agree with the minister's intent here, what he's trying to do, but this bill is just not ready for prime time. We heard from an expert publicly, Professor Claire Johnson at the University of Moncton, an expert in health management, and she pointed out in the media interviews she did that there is good evidence that surgical centers located outside of hospitals can free up time for hospital surgeries if they are publicly owned. Because she also pointed out that there's good evidence that when those surgical centers outside of hospitals are corporate owned, that ends up costing the patients money because of the extra costs and medications that are sold there, because of the upselling that goes on. That her proviso was, and I agree with it, that these are good ideas. They can make a real contribution to improving our healthcare system when they are publicly owned. And it's because of this, Madam Speaker, that I tried to amend the bill at committee to simply close the door to corporately owned surgical centers, which would be profit-driven and beholden to investors looking for dividends. And our surgeries should never be driven by the profit motive, Madam Speaker. It was a very straightforward, short, clear amendment, Madam Speaker, but government members voted it down en masse. So, Madam Speaker, this is one of those bills where it really is time for second sober thought. All the minister and his colleagues have to do is bring the bill back with a minor change to shut the door on corporate ownership for surgical centers outside of hospitals. That's it. That's all. It took a while to get the minister to acknowledge that, in fact, the bill opened the door to corporate ownership. But finally, at committee, he acknowledged that, because it's true. There is no protection in the bill, nothing in the bill, no prohibition on the bill to prevent corporate ownership. So as I said, it's time for second thought, sober second thought, and that's why I want to bring forward an amendment to give this minister and his colleagues some time to think about how they could tweak the bill, achieve the objectives it's set out for, which are positive and good, but tweak the bill to slam the door on corporate ownership tight. So, Madam Speaker, I want to move the following amendment, seconded by the member for Kent North, that the motion for third reading be amended by deleting all the words after the word "that" and substituting the following for Bill 3, an act respecting surgical facilities, be not now read a third time, but that the bill be read a third time this day, 6 months hence.